universities.
This
and
is
a lot
crazy.
of students
I'm going to do some commentary on this. Kurt from Time Machine Transport. How are you guys?
Look at this recent Fox
You
poll
believe that?
shows a large majority of voters
I don't believe that.
under
That's
the
crazy.
age of 30
If you're a Trump
favor
supporter, that's
Democratic
fucking nuts.
presidential candidate Joe Biden. So we sat down with 5 students registered in this historically red state and asked them about the issues that will guide their vote with 4 weeks to go. Overall, how does COVID weigh on your vote and how you might vote? Do you think the president's handled it well? Do you think Joe Biden would handle it better?
I watched the debate last week, and I felt like Joe Biden did blame President Trump for
How old are you? Are you faculty or are you a fucking student?
it a little much. However, that being said, I do think that there are a lot of things he could have handled better. He knew about it pretty early
Does your hair ever dry?
on, and I think in hopes to not shut down the economy, might have not taken action that would have been beneficial to do early on, which has endangered a lot of Americans' lives. And so while I wouldn't blame the entire crash of the
Why are you all sitting in director's chairs?
economy and COVID on President Trump, I do think that it should have been handled better.
Each state has their own governor, and they've created their
How fucking high are you right now?
own response. And so the things Trump has done, like tried to shut the borders and got the PPE equipment to all these governors, he's actually been praised by Democrat governors for doing that.
With Donald Trump's rhetoric against masks.
Is this a white dude with a really bad spray tan, or is he playing blackface? I think he's playing blackface.
And acting like it's not a big deal when it's a simple scientific fact.
Blackface, do you ever get sunburn on your lower lip? You should wear some black lipstick to protect that shit.
Is detrimental to us. You
Why are you so angry?
see Republican areas like Utah County with higher cases and less people wearing masks, when this can actually be prevented by a mask in a lot of ways. So I think Donald Trump handled this poorly because he's setting...
Dude, fix your fucking mustache. Why does it look like you have half a mustache?
a terrible example for the American people and the citizens of the world at large.
Why is that dude wearing a mask and you guys are not? Why is that guy wearing a mask by himself, first off, walking outside, second off, and third off, why are you guys not wearing masks? Maybe you half-ass fucking Breakfast Club. Maybe you guys have a little bit of sense.
Of how to take measures to prevent this from happening.
I'm going to ask each one of you, what's the number one issue?
God, you should have wore a fucking turtleneck. Why do you lie to all your friends and tell them that people constantly mistake you and your daughter for being sisters? You're a fucking liar.
For you, Ben?
I would probably say climate change is definitely one of the most important.
I would say economy.
Economy? You shouldn't worry about the fucking country's economy. You should worry about fixing that crooked-ass fucking collar you have right now.
Economy?
I'm big on foreign policy.
Foreign policy.
I'm going to have to pick three.
Pick three? Blackface. They said one. Not three. One. Blackface is a one-upper.
So I'd say rebuilding the economy given the state that it's in, climate change, and then also healthcare.
Okay, Sophia.
The economy.
Yeah, okay. So I want to do the same thing, and I want to ask you each, if you...
She just sniffed. Are you doing cocaine?
One word to describe President Trump.
One word to describe President Trump that I would use is irresponsible.
Reactionary.
Powerful.
Selfish.
Very outgoing.
Okay, interesting. And let's do the same thing with Joe Biden. Ben, you want to start?
Leader.
Very old.
Dedicated.
Slow.
Slow. Slow is the way you look and talk. Very slow. You look very slow, woman.
Confident.
Interesting. So when you look at the state of Utah, do you think, regardless of how you feel, raise your hand if you think that President Trump will win this state? Everybody.
Why do I feel like that gay dude with the glasses is going to break into Jazz hands right now? He looks like he's going to break into Jazz hands.
When you look at the United States right now, do you feel like it's headed in the right direction, or do you feel like it's headed in the wrong direction?
I would say that given our current state, we're backpedaling by decades, especially when it comes to civil unrest. All the progress that we've made over these years is being retracted by leaders of
Blackface, step in my fucking office. You're fired.
the Conservative Party currently. And I think with Joe Biden...
Blackface hates the world because his stepfather drinks all of his Mountain Dew, and he hears his stepfather every Saturday night serving his mother in their bedroom.
election, we can get back on track and take some steps forward.
So you support Joe Biden?
Why does your husband hate having sex with you? You're fucking horrible at it.
Then, do you have any concerns about him? There've been a lot of talk about, about his abilities to do the job. Does that concern you at all?
Well, he certainly wasn't my number one choice in the primary.
You weren't your mother's number one choice either, or her second.
He wasn't even in my top 5.
You should take them fucking glasses you have on, look into the future, slap your future self, and tell you to vote for Donald Trump.
But I think as I've gotten to know him a little bit better as a candidate, I've become more confident in him. I think he's a steady leader that we need right now.
Is it hard for you guys in college, the Trump supporters? Do you find that people are comfortable with your support for the president?
In Utah in general, it's pretty conservative, but I definitely have some friends.
Why are your underarms and your baby factory hairy as fuck? And again, how high are you right now?
To have a hard time with my views. So.
I feel like, especially on college campuses, and free speech I feel like it's under attack.
Why are you fucking shaking right now? What are you frightened of? You should buy yourself an AR and protect yourself. And again, fix that fucking collar.
As a conservative group on campus,
Why do you check underneath your bed and in all your closets at night for the fucking boogeyman?
we bring a right-wing speaker on campus, when we or even hold...
Why are you fucking shaking so bad? Why do you get death threats weekly and drink a cup of gypsy tears daily to gain courage? It's a lot of fucking gypsy tears.
Meetings were just simply tabling. Our properties are vandalized.
Stop shaking.
We're harassed. We're called names. And there's amounts of sabotage from left-wing
You wouldn't be called names if you fucking carried an AR everywhere you went.
student groups that try to get us to not hold meetings. And in that sense, it's extremely hard. I believe conservative speech is under attack in college campuses.
Do you feel like Kwok and people who feel like him have the right to speak out and hold their meetings and say what they want to say, Ben?
Absolutely. I mean,
Absolutely. Absolutely. You should crawl in one of those holes in your jeans and never fucking come out. Ever.
so
Hate
at
this
Weber State
fucking guy.
University, I'm the VP of the Democrats, the college.
You should call your father tonight and tell him that you crave cock and balls a lot. I hate this fucking guy.
Democrats. And we also have a college Republicans chapter, and we try to work together whenever we can to do joint events, and that's something we're looking to do, because if we can't have conversations with someone with different views, then we can't make any progress at all. So I certainly can respect people with different opinions than me.
Raise your hand if
You're a fucking liar. You can't respect other people's opinion, Ben.
you think that your friends, the people you know in college, raise your hand if you think they will all definitely vote. A few.
There's always going to be those people who maybe are in the middle ground and feel like they shouldn't vote. However, I disagree with them
Blackface, you shouldn't come out of the fucking house. You should stay in there forever.
and think that they shouldn't vote third party or shouldn't stay at home, and they should get out to the ballots and exercise their right to vote.
Do you have concerns as a young person in America that there's a fundamental change coming, that people are leaning more to the left? Does it concern you or not?
It is very concerning. I really wish that in the vice presidential debate,
What's concerning is how fucking scared you are. Dude, gain some fucking balls.
especially, VP Pence and Senator Harris would be able to talk about policy, and have substantive arguments, constructive arguments.
Why is that chick sitting pigeon-toed still in that fucking director's chair? The one in the center. And why do you still use the phrase cool beans? God.
So that voters can really make an informed decision. And I believe that it just sets a precedent and it sets a climate for the political atmosphere.
It's hard for me to see myself voting for like Republicans like President Trump, just because I do care about like immigration and several other issues. And I think many younger voters are in the same boat where socially they might be a lot more moderate or even liberal, and would love to be able to support conservative candidates.
Raise your hand if you think that Joe Biden will win. 3.
I want to slap all of your faces and tell you that you're the reason that women have abortions.
Do you think President Trump will win?
Raise your hand, you fucking coward.
You're not
Raise your fucking hand, you coward.
so sure. Yeah.
No.
Half-ass fucking Breakfast Club.
Thank you guys. There.
That guy's about to cry in the glasses. Fucking the Chinaman, he's about to start bawling. Because they're definitely going to gang up on him after this interview. Fucking pathetic.
Very much for your time today.
Guess what? If you like me now.
And that's my commentary. Welcome to our office. My wife's eBay stuff. I just got off the road last night, taking a couple days off, and I figure I'd do a commentary on them fucking half-ass kids. My wife, she hates that ball. She keeps her eBay stuff in here. Dusty as shit right now. Sir, you need to start cleaning. No, I'm just kidding. My wife's very clean. I need to start cleaning because it's my office. Well, it's our office. Anyways, my wife hates that ball. It was signed by Giannis from the Bucks. Every time she has to go in here to get her eBay stuff to pack it up and print up a mailing label, she moves that ball over to the couch, and then when it stays there until I get home. And then I tell her, what's the big deal? Why don't you just move the ball from there to there? She hates that fucking ball. Anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Ciao.